Okay. I'll talk a little bit in Amharic and we'll go from there. ሰላም ጤና ይስጥልኝ እንደምናላችሁ የዚህ ቤት ተከታታዮች እንደተለመደው እንኳን ወደ ፔጄ በሰላም መጣችሁ። አዲስ ለመጣችሁ ሰዎች እንኳን ደህና መጣችሁ እያልኩኝ ስሜ ሚና ይባላል። የዚህ ቢዝነስ ፔጅ ኃላፊ ነኝ ወይም ደግሞ የኔ ነው። እዚህ ቢዝነስ ፔጅ ላይ እንግዲህ የተለያዩ የቢዝነስ ዲስከሽኖች ኢንፎርሜሽኖችን እንሰጣለንና ዛሬ ደግሞ እንግዲህ ተከታታዮቼ ከሆናችሁ በቢዝነስ ፔጅ ላይ ፍላየር አይታችኋል። ዛሬ የተለየ እንግዳ አለኝ። እንግዳዬን ማወራት እንግዲህ ብዙዎቻችን እንደምናውቀው እዚህ የኦንላይን ቢዝነስ ስንሰራ ወይም ደግሞ በማንኛውም የህይወታችን ዘርፎች ለምንጠይቃቸው ጥያቄዎች በሙሉ ቢያንስ ሁለት መልሶች አሉት። ወይ ይሆናል ወይ አይሆንም ነው፣ ወይ እውነት ነው ወይም ሐሰት ነው ነው፣ ወይም ይሄ ነው ወይም ያኛው ነው ነው። እና ዛሬ እንግዲህ እንግዳዬን ያመጣኋት እነዚህን ጥያቄዎች አብረን ልናወራ ነው። እንደምታዩን እኔም እሷም ከሌላ ሀገር ወደዚህ ወዳደጉት ሀገራት የመጣን እናቶች ነን። እስቲ የምትለውን አብረን እንሰማለን። በደንብ ተከታተሉን። ግን ዲስከሽናችን ዛሬ ያው በእንግሊዝኛ ነው የሚሆነው። I hope ይሄ ችግር አይሆንም። ሌላ ጊዜ በአማርኛ እንግዳ ይዤ እቀርባለሁ። Hello everyone, welcome to my page. This is Mina Mulat. So I have a special guest, Farhana, today with me. As you see on the flyer, today we're going to talk about there are two questions, two answers for every question. You know, it's going to be this one or that one. At least there are two answers for those. So I'm going to ask my guest to introduce herself and we keep going on our discussion. Welcome, Farhana.
Thank you, Meena, for having me. Hello, everyone. My name is Farhana Sayani. I am originally from India. I'm currently living in Toronto, Canada right now. I immigrated to, initially in 2015, we immigrated to the United States. I got married in 2015. We immigrated to US. We were living in New York. I lived there for 4 years. And then, I don't know if everyone is aware of that, but the green card process, the permanent residency is really difficult in the United States. And my husband is a physiotherapist. He was there on an H1 visa, and he was there for 10 years. But for Indian citizens, the permanent residency takes a lot of time. So it would take us years to become permanent residents of the US. So that's the reason why we decided to apply for Canadian permanent residency. And in 2019, we immigrated to Canada. So we came here in July of 2019. I have 2 kids. I have a 3-year-old son, and I have a 4-month-old. So in 2019, when I moved here in Canada, so by profession, I am a digital marketing specialist and I'm a graphic designer. I have worked in that profession for all my life. I've done my master's degree in marketing, and then since then, it's 8 years now. I have been working in the digital marketing and graphic design industry. In India also, I was working in a senior position. I was a senior marketer. Then after we immigrated to the US, I was on an H4 visa, so I was not allowed to work in the US. For those 4 years that I was in the US, I did not have a work visa. My husband is a physiotherapist, so he was there on the H1, and I was on a dependent visa. So I was not allowed to work. So I did look around for a lot of things that I could do by staying at home, because since I cannot work. And I ended up working for the same company that I was working in India. They would give me some work online, and so that's how I spent my 4 years. It felt a lot I felt that those 4 years of my life got wasted, because having so much of career experience and so much of experience if you cannot do anything. So I spent all of those years that way. Then we immigrated to Canada, and I got a job here. I was working full time, and back then in 2019, I only had my first son. He was 1.5 years old then. So we would leave him to the daycare, and I was working. My husband is a physiotherapist. He was working full time, and then we realized that the life actually started here, because we do not have any family here in Canada. It's just me, my husband, and like our little family. So we realized, a lot of things, like back home in India, whenever, when I was working, and my sisters also, since we all of us live there, you always have the family support. Like, you have grandparents who would take care of the kids when the parents have to go to work or something. There's no concept of daycare or, those things in India. Back home, there's no such concept. But here, since we do not have anyone here, so we had to leave our son to the daycare. And, all of that started, like, I realized that all my life, this is all that I wanted. Like, 4 years that I spent in the US, when I moved to Canada, I thought all I wanted to do is start working. And then when I started working, another set of like problems, and all of those issues started coming up. Oh, I'll have to leave him to the daycare. I'll not be with him. All of that started happening. So yeah, and that's when I thought that, no, doing a regular job is not what I want to do. I want to do something different. I want to,
Yeah.
not be in this regular grind.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. That's a reality for so many of us.
Yeah.
Leaving your home country and coming for the best. I mean, the same to me. I have I'm working on my master's degree, and then I had the degree, and I came here, and I had to start all over again, working in different places. It was me and my husband, and he has to go back and finish his school in Belgium. We lived in Belgium, and then I had to survive by myself. I didn't have any, this support that, my expectation to
Yeah.
be successful immediately as you think of, right? That's how it is, when you say that I'm going to go there, I'm going to do this and that. But that was not a reality for me as well. So I have worked from a low paying job where I don't drive, where I have to face the hot weather, the snow, which I have seen it in Belgium, but as a student, it was just fun. But here, it's survival. So that's the reality of so many of us in coming to a developed country. And then, I had to start schooling, and the baby comes, and it kept going. But was I successful? Yes, I do, but we'll keep going in our discussion. So I share all your values, and I share what you gone through. I feel the pain. I hope, whoever is watching this also understand. I'm just gonna say hi to our friends here. I see Helen, Messi, Hannah, Haftam. Thank you so much. And those of you I don't call your name, say hi. Thank you. So that's why, I brought you here, because at this age, you have a lot of dreams, I believe. And then as we talk in our team today is, there are questions. I mean, you and me are ordinary people. We ask questions. What should I do for this? And what's the answer for that? And it was going to be this or that, going to school or not going to school, work in this area or not. So this choice, we have made whatever we feel that it was gonna work for us. So today, our viewers and whoever is watching this as a replay, I want to ask them to ask, did you answer your question? Did you answer the right question? And did you get the right answer? And when it comes to the right answer, achieving your goals and your dreams in time, are you already in that level? Or did you have to recap and see if there is another opportunity? And today, as a business owners, you and me are here to talk about our experience, at the same time, what people can get from us, out of us, because we are already in it, right? We are working. We know what it means to us. So, Farhana, how did you come across about this business and those questions that you had? What were them?
So as I was mentioning, I moved here. I was, I had to send my son to the daycare and everything. So I knew that, this is a regular job is not what I'm looking for. So I started searching online and I was looking at, anything that I could get. Like I was looking at Amazon drop shipping. I was looking at Etsy. I explored, a lot of different things. I was looking at freelancing as a graphic designer. If I could get something that I can do from home, these are the kind of things that I explored. And none of it worked for me. Amazon, I dived really deep into Amazon and I was really really impressed by it. But once I started doing it, I realized that I do not get to keep a lot of money. It's very difficult to make money there because Amazon keeps so much of such a huge portion of the commissions they keep for themselves. Like
Mhm.
you do everything, you order the products, you keep the inventory, you do everything, and like I was not making much. So Amazon did not work. I tried Etsy. I used to make, those cute favor bags and gifts and all those items. I would put in so much effort. Like I am a craft person. I really love doing crafts and everything as a hobby. So I thought, why not convert it into, something that I can do as a business? So I did all of that. I would, stay up late nights and make all of those orders, and it took so much time and so much effort, and in the end the return was like negligible. Like I couldn't survive on whatever I was making on that.
Mhm.
So I realized, okay, these options are not working. And one day I came across an ad of a person who was similar to me. Like, she's also a mom. She also has two kids, and she introduced a business opportunity over there. She was working on this business, and how she was making money out of it, staying at home, taking care of her kids. And I also had my son at that time, and my main reason was that I want to be with him. I do not want to send him to the daycare and make a living, have a career. So I
Mhm.
explored into the opportunity, and I did my research and everything, and I thought, yeah, this is something that fits into, that checks all the boxes that I am looking for. And yeah, that's how I got introduced to it.
Yeah, I'm glad it did because it's that's the challenge part because we know we all feel the pain, we all feel the suffering. Even if I go out and work as a nurse and make money, but the time that I spent out of my house, it was painful because and then you come tired and you just wanted to go to bed instead of wanted to spend time. If you do that, then you messed up the next day, and but you realize that you just have to go to work. So there is a lot of missing in my part as well. So it was just a challenge. So I love my profession. As you say, you have a background of marketing, you are a graphic designer, you do crafting, you have a lot of resources where you can create income with. But you chose the digital business, and then the specific digital business that we do here today, and you are very successful. You have a lot of team members, and you're helping a lot of people around the globe. That's why I decided to approach you to show that what we show our viewers. So those questions, were you skeptical? Did you think that it was illegal or it was a scam? Did you come across an idea of thinking that maybe I know that, when we think about Amazon, it's everywhere, right? We know that how it works and a lot of things. Did you think that this was some kind of MLM business? I know they are successful MLM business, but it's going to cost you a lot. You have to be the starter, or there should be something that have to kick to the top. But was that a question for you? Because a lot of people are at the fence right now, and even if they hear it, they don't take action, and they are missing out a lot. And then were you that person as well? Did you check those boxes, and then how did you do them?
Yeah.
Because the answer
So
is this or that.
yeah. Yeah, when I first came across this business, I had my doubts. I was skeptical, and I showed it to my husband. Like, there's an information webinar that I was invited to. I saw the webinar. I was very very impressed by it. I by watching the webinar, I knew that this is what I want to do. This is what I want to get into, and I discussed it with my husband. And the main reason why the skepticism comes in is because people are scared of trying things online because, like, let's be honest, there are a lot of bad people out there who do a lot of scams, and so you have to do your own research. You have to do your due diligence when you are, getting into something online, and that's what it was in my head as well. That what if this is also something which is a scam? What if something this is not a legitimate business or something? So I discussed it with my husband, and he said to me that if you really, because what happened was I saw the webinar and I did not do anything for quite a few days, but this business kept, like, it was in my head. I couldn't get it out of my head, and I would always bring out this in conversations with him, and he was like, if you really want to, if you're thinking so much about it, why don't you go ahead and do your own research, know about it, and speak to the person, and do your own research. So that's
Mhm.
what I did. I Google searched the person's name, and I saw that yes, she is a legitimate person. I could get to know where she lives. She is also living here in Canada, and I saw her Facebook profile. She has a family, she has kids, and I thought that a person who is a family person, like, who has a kid and her, everything out there, it's so open. I don't think this person is faking it, or it's a scam. So that what attracted me towards it.
Mhm.
And yeah, so that's how I got over my skepticism.
Yeah, me too. Because as I said, I mean, I everybody wanted the best for their life. I mean, and we just have to be also honest and realize that. I mean, in one or other form, people have been cheated or scammed for different reasons, and that should be, and I think a life lesson. And I get where that come from, and I understand that part. But you mentioned a very important point, which is do your due diligence and research on your own, and see if this is really that meant, I mean, makes sense to you, and make a decision. And consulting is also another point that you mentioned, because when you do those things, and you get to be confident enough, and you protect. And that's what I did. And actually, I'm glad I did that, because if you start something without knowing it from scratch, it's not going to make sense. I
Yeah.
mean, we can give tons of examples. Even a test for the class that you just show up, and then the test comes, and then you think that you know it. What happened? You fell because you're gonna just self-guessing yourself. But when you know it from scratch, you have the confidence. So it gives you a courage and to move forward, because you know what you put yourself into. And as you said, another point that I take from you is also, you mentioned people, you did not to do any action to it, because there are a lot of people who put their name and email as it says on the ad, and they never go back and even watch the webinar, and then find the links, and they still asking me and explain it to me. And I always say that go back and watch the workshop, because that's really that sticks with you, isn't it? Can you say
Yeah.
a little bit about the webinar? What idea that you get out of that?
So in the webinar, like, it's a presentation basically, and the presentation is it's simplified. The business model is explained in a simplified way, like, the business works and everything. That's the
Mm-hmm.
first part, and the second part of the webinar is real people's testimonials, like people who are already into this business. Like right now, what people are seeing, the audience is seeing, is just you and me who
Mm-hmm.
are into this business. But in the webinar, every week, every live webinar has a new set of people who come on to the webinar, share their experience of how this business is working out for them. And just realize that we have these webinars live every Tuesday and Thursday, and every twice every week there are different set of people who are coming up. So just understand how many people are successful in this business, that every time we have new set of people who can come up and talk about their experience and how it has worked for them. So that itself speaks for volumes. Like we have so many successes that we can share it on the webinar. So, and I was so inspired by watching the webinar, and that was the point when I thought, yeah, this is, I could relate to it, and I thought, yeah, I want to do this. Is what I want for myself as well.
Yeah, I know, because you already make a decision. You started and you are a successful business owner, and you are helping a lot of people, as I see it, with your journey. But I have a question for you. So there are some people who saw the opportunity at the beginning for any reason, however they understand it, and I get that part. But they start the business and they stop, or they think that it's not working. But it worked out for thousands of people. What is your answer? What do you think that what could be your answer for this kind of question? I mean, for this kinds of people.
So
What
people
is,
who
yeah,
check out the business opportunity and then they feel this will not work for them. Is that your question?
no, those people who already start the business and
Oh, okay,
they
okay,
that, oh, I tried it, it's not working out,
okay,
a
okay.
lot.
Yeah,
And
I
because
get that. I do get that. People who would just do things like superficially. See,
mm-hmm.
for anything to work for you, for it to be successful in any kind of business, like be in any aspect of your life, be it your personal life, be it your your business, your work life, your relationship, for anything, you need to first give in your 100%. You need to be committed to giving it your all, trying whatever you can do best for that thing, and like do give your stay motivated. In the beginning it's really important to be consistent, be committed, and stay motivated. And let's start that way. If you start your business with doubts, if you start your business with negativity, that oh, this is not going to work for me, but I'm still going to go ahead and try it. If you come in with that attitude, it's never going to work. So you need to come in with thinking that this is going to work for me, I am going to make it work for myself, and be committed and consistent towards it. It's going to work out for you. I have so many people, and I have noticed that see, it's a business, and let's be honest, not everyone is successful in this business, and the people who are not successful are those who do not give their 100%. They are inconsistent. They on some days when they feel like it, they would show up for the business, otherwise so that's not going to work. If you want to do the business, give your all, give your 100%, be committed to it, and you will see the results.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything to add to us, because we are not just telling people that you're just gonna come and be rich. I mean, there is nothing. If someone tells me this, I'm gonna say that they're lying. Because like when you see, I know for the first time you come in and you hear people, they tell you that this is working out for them because they follow direction, because they are coachable, because they show up for their business every day, because they use and they utilize what we offer. Our weekly masterminds, we ask questions to our mentors and coaches. We do internationally connect each other and ask for help. I learn a lot from your business interviews, your page, or the people that you brought to your page. I can contact with them and I ask my question. All those things are making us successful. But we say that we have a tasted, trusted, and proven system, and that is working out for thousands of people. But it's a journey, isn't it? Do you agree with me? It's a journey, because I mean, you and I can go start med school today. We might not graduate if we don't follow direction. We study, we put out our energy. You might graduate ahead of me. I can come early. It's all about how we perceived it, how we put our energy to it. And it's like anything. Anyone can run a marathon, but they would never, if they wanted, even if it took them 5 hours, they can finish it. I mean, nobody can stop you, right, from finishing. But to be the first, a few hundred or a few tens, to get, the reward, you have to ask, you have to coach, you have to be coachable, right? You have to apply all those things. So I am seeing my answer to those questions to people who is viewing this is ask yourself, are you ready to put out? Do you really have a really driving force that push you forward to be successful in whatever you start? What did you see when you come here? Is that, will you see that every day? That's what I see. I always see my time freedom. I always wanted to cut years of working. I mean, you needed that too, right? You wanted to make money, same time we wanted time. I need both of them because we both have profession, we both have life, we both have kids. We wanted time with our kid, we wanted financial freedom, we wanted time freedom, and this is what we are working on. So I say work. So the answer for that question is yes, it's gonna take you time. Yes, it's gonna ask you your commitment. But if you're not ready to commit, this is not gonna work out for you. This is a reality. It's this or that. There is no hidden agenda in this business when we talk about. Okay, so saying this, there are people who did not experience this. People who are watching us today for the first time. So what is this business, what we do? What is our responsibility? What do we offer? What do we ask people to have to be successful in going, setting up and running the business?
Okay. So in this business, we have a ready-made business system that we offer you. So when you join the community, you get a lot of things, like you get the training, you get the support, you get the mentorship, and you get a built-in system wherein you're supposed to plug in. And we have everything. We have done the market research, we have the product research, we have all everything is set for you. All your role, your part here would be the marketing side. So you will be responsible for the marketing side, and for that also, a lot of people come to me that I do not have any background in marketing. I haven't done a business before, so I don't know what to do. So you do not need to worry about that because you are assigned a mentor and a coach. We have the training. You will go through the training. You will learn how to use various platforms, various social media platforms, like we have Facebook, Google, you have Instagram, you have YouTube. We have a lot of different platforms which we use for marketing, and we'll teach you how to use that. And using those platforms, we teach you how to make money. Yeah, so that's what we will do.
Okay, I got this question a couple of times. I mean, many times actually, and so many people reach out to me. We say, watch the webinar, they watch it, they like it, and they move to the second level, and they pay their $149, and they get a connection with their mentoring code. And people think that they are already joined the business and money is going to come. Is that true? Is that true? Is this or that? I just wanted to say it.
No. So when you see, the first step is to know more about the business. You are joining the community so that you can get the complete picture. You can see the complete picture. You can see, okay, this is what we offer. This is what this is your role would be. You can do your research in a much better way when you join the community, because you will be able to see a lot. You will get access to a whole community. Like we have more than, I think now, 85,000 people who are in that in a community. So you have access to everything. So then that's when you can properly decide for yourself that you have all the resources then, and then you can take a decision, okay, if you want to go ahead, or what you want to do. So you joining the community is the first step in determining if if this is for you or not.
Yeah, that's the reason why I ask you is people say that you're hiding, you're hiding information. You did not tell me this part of it, but we know that to start a business, especially, I mean, whatever kind of business, you have to provide a certain service, right? In a form of product, or in a form of any kind of service that you provided to. So this business is no different, is it? Because we do have products, we do have affiliated company we work with, we do have trainings for the part that you mentioned. So I don't think that is hidden, and I want you to tell me your experience regarding this.
Yeah. See, people who think that you're not giving information or you are hiding something, that's not the case for anything. Like what we are doing is we are giving you information in a step-by-step manner, because no person can digest a complete entire, everything at one time. So if you are serious, if you really want to check out the opportunity, take the next step. And once you join the community, there is full transparency. You are introduced to everything, what products, what everything is introduced to you, what your role is, and whatever you name it, and you get that information once you join the community, once you pay the 149. So there is full transparency, and we also have a 30-day money back guarantee. So if getting, after getting all the information, after seeing everything for yourself, if you feel this is not for you, you get your money back. There's nothing that you're losing out over here. So anyone who says that there's no transparency, I don't think you have understood. You have not you're not seeing it properly. Because if anyone who can see it properly will see that, okay, yeah, you paid the money, you got all the information, and then if you do not like it, take your money back, and you can resume to whatever you were doing earlier. So I don't think there's no transparency.
Thank you, Farhana, because you mentioned it, I mean, appropriately. That's the way it is, because if this is business we're talking about. I mean, and it's not like we're not just volunteering service, or we're not hiring people. We are looking for people who have a big desire, who have the capacity to start something, and they don't know where to start, right? So we have all the complete package for you. All you have to do is invest yourself. You invest the money, you invest your time, you invest your training time, and you invest your coachability. So then we get to teach you what to do something online. So then you get what you can afford. So that's the whole package. And most of the time I tend to see this part being forgotten. So then it feels like something is fishy, but it's not, because even like, you just don't go to jump into a classroom before they introduce you, they give you tour, they tell you what exactly you're doing. So those are important. Thank you so much for mentioning that. So what is your last message for our viewers?
So to wrap it up, all I would like to say is that anyone who has been thinking like similar with me, I saw the webinar, but still I took time, like it was always in my head, this business did not leave my mind. So if you are also someone like that, if you are also, if you have seen the business opportunity, if you are following Mina's page, and you you want to do it, but something is stopping you, what I would suggest is go ahead and just go and watch that information. Take the first step, watch the webinar, and get introduced to the community, see what we are, see who we are, what we are doing, and then decide if this is for you or not for you. So do yourself that service and do your part, and yeah, that's what I would like to say.
Yeah, it's all about starting from the ABCs, right? We begin everything, the language we speak, everything, the food that we ate, there was always a first time exposure. And you see Farhana's name in here to reach out to her. Anyone who's interested, we are always available twice weekly, Tuesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Come join us, watch for our workshop, and it's free. And then you get to decide. I mean, informed decision is important. And I want everyone who's watching this, those who not start the business, watch and see this or that of our business, or those who already started this business and they are doubting themselves. We wanted to see this is, an opportunity, and you get to direct it in a position that in a way that you wanted to direct it, but it's working out. It is gonna work. And if you put all your energy, if you answer your question and clear out the fog, it will, you should be able to get your success. So thank you so much for Nanu, Helen, Messi, all of you, Haftam, for coming, watching us. I do really appreciate your time. And Sani from Kenya, and a lot of people today here with us. Thank you so much for your time, Farhana, for your time. I really appreciate it. It's an honor having you. Thank you for your time. I'm gonna wrap it up with Amharic in a little bit, and I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay.
All right. Thank you everyone for your time. Today እንግዲህ እንዳያችሁት ሁላችሁም ዲስከሽናችንን ያው ብዙ ጊዜ የሚገጥመን እንትኖችን ጥያቄዎች እንደዚህ ግልጽ ናቸው because ለምንድነው ሁሉ ጊዜ ራሳችንን ዳውት ስናደርግ የማይሆኑ ኢንፎርሜሽኖችንም ስንሰማ ይሄኛው ወይስ ያኛው ለምን ብለን የራሳችንን ሪሰርች እንድናደርግ ሞር ጥያቄዎች እኔንስ እንደነሱ እንዳልሰራ ያረጋን ምንድነው ምክንያቱም እኛ ኮሚኒቲያችን ውስጥ ብዙ ሰዎች እዚህ ቢዝነስ ውስጥ ገብተው ራሳቸው ተጠቅመውበት ወጥተው እየተናገሩ እንደሚጠቅም ሲያደርጉ ሰውን ወደማይሆን ነገር ለመምራት ሳይሆን ያ ኦፖርቹኒቲ ለዛ ሰው ግልጽ አንሆነለትም ወይ somehow የተደበቀ ነገር ያለ የመሰለ ወይም ደግሞ ራሱን ተች የሚያደርገው የሁለት ልጆች እናት ናት እንደኛ ሀገሯን ተታይሰደደች ናት ስራ መስራት ያልቻለችበት ጊዜ ነበር መስራት በቻለችበት ሰዓት ደግሞ ከቤተሰቦቿ አርቃለች ብዙዎቻችን የዚህ ህይወት ተጋሪዎች ነን ብዙዎቻችን መቼ ሪታየር እንደምናደርግ ሴት አፕ አድርገን የጨረስን አይደለም የናንተን አላቅም እኔ አልጨረስኩም ስለዚህ ይሄን ቢዝነስ ወደዚህ ጆይን ሳደርግ ትልቁ ምክንያቴ እነዚህን አመታት ማሳጠር ነው ስለዚህ ይሄ ሲስተም ደግሞ ጊዜን ሳይሻማብኝ ማግኘት የምፈልገውን ዕውቀት ሳያሳንስብኝ ከጠየቅኩኝ ካወቅኩኝ ሰክሰስፉል መሆንበት መንገድ እንዳለ በራሴ ፔስ እኔ ባስኬድኩት መጠን ባስቀመጥኩለት ኢፈርት መጠን ሰክሰስፉል ሆኜ እየሰራውበት ያለው ወገኖቻችን የሚሰሩበት ስላለ መንቃት ያስፈልገናል የሰማነውን በሙሉ ዳይጀስት እንድናደርግ ሳይሆን ሁለት መልሶች ነው ያሉት ለጥያቄዎቻችን ስካም ነው ካለን ስካም አይደለም ስካም ያልሆነበት ምክንያት ይሄ ብለን እንድናመዛዘን እንትን ነው አይሰራም ካልን ነው ለከሌ ሰርቶላታል ለምን እንዴት ሰራላት በመጠየቅ በማወቅ ሲስተም ውስጥ ገብቶ የትኛውን ብታደርግ ነው ወይም ቢያደርግ ነው እዚህ ቦታ የደረሰው ገብተን እየሰራን ያልተሳካለንም ያል ሰዎች ደግሞ ምን አርጌ ነኝ ሰክሰስፉል አልሆንኩም እነማን ጋር ሊሄድ ቢከዝ ለነሱ ከሰራ ይሄ ነገር ይሰራል ማለት ነው ብለን ራሳችንን ድጋሚ እንድንጠይቅ ምክንያቱም ያንን ፓርት ነው ሁሉ ጊዜ አይተነው የመጣው ነገር ሲጎድልና ያለን ስለዚህ እንሸሻለን ስለዚህ ካቆመን ነገር እንድንመለስ ያላስተካከልኳቸው ያላጠናዋቸው ያላወቅኳቸው ነገሮች አለን ብለን እንጠይቅ ሌሎቻችን ደግሞ በር ላይ ቆመን የከሌን ሰክሰስ ምንጠብቅ ሰዎች ከሆነን ደግሞ ጊዜያችንን እንዳናጠፋ ካለበለዛ ይሄ ነገር እንደማይሰራለን እርግጠኞች ከሆነ ሌሎች መንገዶችን እንድንፈልግ እንጂ ተመልካች ብቻ እንዳንሆን በያዝነው ስልክ በያዝነው እንትን ላፕቶፕ በመንከፍልበት ነገር ተጠቅመን መስራት ምንችለው ነገር መጥቶልን ሳለ አልችለውም አላውቀውም አይሆንልኝም ለከሌ ካልሆነላት ለኔማ እንዴት ይሆንልኛል ይያልን ስቴፕ ባለመውሰዳችን ያቀረንበት ራሳችን እንኳን በወቀት አዳብረን ምን እንዲሆን እንደሚሆንልን እንኳን ባላወቅነው መንገድ በር ላይ ቆመን የሰዎችን መልስ እየጠበቀን ያለን ሰዎች እንድንነቃና ሁለቱን መልሶች እንድናመዛዝናቸው የቱ ነው የሚሆነው ሪሊ እውነት ይሄ ነገር አድርጓል እኔ ገብቼ ለምን አላረጋግጠውም አላየውም አንዳንድ ጊዜ ደግሞ ምንሸወደው ምንድነው የወደቁት የደከሙት ላይ ብቻ ፎከስ እናደርግ ያለፈላቸውን የተሳካላቸውን ቤት የገዙትን መኪና የገዙትን አገራቸው ሄደው ቫኬሽን እያሳለፉ ያሌሉትን ነው እየሰራልኝ ነው ዕውቀት አግኝቼበታለሁ የሚሉንን እነዚህን ሁሉ ሰዎች በዜሮ እያበዛናቸው አይሆንም ሸወዷችሁ እንዲያደረጓችሁ የሚለውን ነገር ስንሰማ ለነሱ ላይክ ኮሜንት ሼር ስናደርግላቸው የራሳችንን ጊዜ በከፈልንበት ገንዘብ በከፈልንበት ኢንተርኔት ጊዜያችንን ያጠፋን ነውና በእንደዚህ አይነት ነገሮች ባለመተባበር በጎ ነገርን በማድረግ ህይወታችንን አስተካክለን ወደ ስራ እንድንመጣ እዚህ ቢዝነስ ላይ ብትመጡ እንደዚህ የተዘጋጀ ሲስተም አለላችሁ ስንላችሁ ገፍተን ውስጥ ስለያየነው እየሞከርነው ስላለ ነው ስለዚህ የሰሩትና ያለፈላቸውን እንጂ የወደቁት ላይ ፎከስ አናድርግ ፖዚቲቭ ነገር ማድረግ ሁሉ ጊዜም በጎ ነገር ነውና እንቀየር ነው ምለው ስለዚህ ለጥያቄዎቻችን ሁለት መልሶች አሉ ይሄኛው ወይም ያኛው በማለት አመሰግናለሁ ለተመልካቾች በሙሉ መልካም ቀን ኮሜንት ያረጋችሁ ሼር ያረጋችሁ ፎሎ የምታረጉኝ በሙሉ በድጋሚ ምስጋና ይድረሳችሁ ይሄንን ፔጅ ይሄንን እንትን ሼር ይጠቀሙበታል ብላችሁ ለምትሏቸው ሰዎች ሼር እንድታረጉ ፈቃዴ ነው አመሰግናለሁ ጥያቄ ጠይቁኝ እንደዚህ አይነት ሰው ብታመጪ ብታነጋግሪልን እንዲህ አይነት ጥያቄዎች ሊመለሱ ይችላሉ የምትሉ ሰዎች በውስጥ መስመር አገኙኝ ምስጋና ይድረሳችሁ መልካም ቀን